our movie review of Him, the new Justin Tipping movie. This is the second film. It's produced by Jordan Peele. It stars Marlon Wayans and Tyreek Wither, and they play football players. Marlon Wayans plays the aging veteran, the GOAT, as you will, like the best player in the league. And Tyreek Withers plays a young prospect coming up who's being looked at by the same team to possibly replace him. And so he goes to train with them so they can work together and kind of feel each other out and things like that. And it gets bizarre from there. It's definitely a horror film. I have to say, I think you can tell by my rating, I gave it a 3.5 out of 5. What did you give?
I did a 3, so I don't think we were too far off. I think,
yeah,
was it 3? Yeah.
I know you weren't such a huge fan. I can't wait to get into it with you. For me, this is one that I think technically was beautiful film, was just truly fantastic. It looks fantastic. The sound is just, you completely, like in the theater, I felt immersed in that whole compound that they were in because of the sound was really had me in there. And the claustrophobic feel, the cinematography inside the compound. And then when it's very freeing, when you're outside, you have this beautiful sky, this beautiful grass on the football field. It feels just fantastic. It feels like a Jordan Peele movie in a lot of ways in terms of look. Now, and so that fits right in with the Monkey Paw sort of style. A bunch of the different productions they do, they all sort of have that thing that kind of connects, makes it, maybe look, sound, things like. But I have to tell you, I know a lot of people are finding this story a problem. I really liked it. I don't see the big issue with this. How about you though? I know you weren't too keen on the story.
Yeah. So for me, it was just the ending, and I'm not sitting here saying they did it necessarily wrong. I understand, without any spoilers, that they wanted to be a little different and to kind of change it up. And it did make sense. But for me, unfortunately, if you're going to change how the ending of a movie like this usually will go, you need to make it wow. You need to make it make sense. It didn't make sense to me that he went through so many different things and all this just to come out and be like, and kind of choose the opposite of everything he had been building up to. Because with how they built his character, it just didn't seem to make the absolute most sense. That why would you not?
I get that.
Yeah.
If I could interject on that point for a second, and this is what I expect from him. A lot of people are complaining, like, why is he reacting? Doesn't seem like he has full reactions to all the horrors that are going on. Why at the end is he very, like, sort of like you said, stoic? I mean, it is, all of the context is there throughout the movie that he has brain damage,
right?
And they don't care about that, and his reactions are very subdued because they even said, like, he feels like he's hallucinating most times, so he takes a beat before to see if like what he's seeing is real. And honestly, like the moment he had that realization that his father is in on it or was in on it in some way, I completely understood the turn. When he was looking at that picture, that's when it felt like the turn came for me, where he was just like, I don't have to be what they want, because he already saw what it does.
Right.
He saw who you become in Marlon Wayans. Like, I felt like that was a really good addition to it, like, having them come together. So just to that's sort of what I took from it personally. What else about the film did you like or not?
I mean, visually, it was absolutely beautiful, and I thought the performance by both of them was outstanding. It was probably my favorite one with Waylon in it. I loved it. He's just so intense. He's great. I think he's only gotten better with his age. I do think the problem is when they advertised it, they made sure to show that Jordan Peele was attached to it somehow. And it's been almost annoying how many people are like, have you seen the new Jordan Peele movie? And I'm like, it's not a Jordan film movie. It's a production he's a part of, but it's not his movie, because I feel like you need to separate it. And I feel like to an extent they knew people would just see Jordan Peele, then associate Jordan Peele with this, period. And I feel like that was kind of a cop out for a lot of the steam they got. I know they've gotten a lot of slack for it because they're like, no, but yeah.
But even adding to that, with Justin Tippin being the director of the movie, and again, his second film, this is a phenomenal looking film. Now, granted, when you have the money behind you, but like, you're still got to make the movie. You still have to make it good. And it looks like they had all the parts right, and it hit on all levels. Like every time, like you had a callback to it. It's a very cerebral film. You have to think about this. This is one I think people need to see more than once. And I honestly, there's a lot that I need to uncover and understand about like nuances of the film, as in black football players and black sports stars in general, and how they're treated, and generally in pro sports. So that's something that I need to look into, because I feel like there's another added layer. But overall, like, again, is it the perfect movie? No, I give it a 3.5 out of 5. A lot of the issues that I had with it were, it went a little too far with the hallucinations or playing up the hoop. And I
Right.
felt that detracted from the story a little bit, because by the time you get to that end, you're like, oh, but that wasn't an hallucination. Was this like, because like, so what is
Right.
the actual, some of them you have to question. And again, why I say you should go back and see it again. Maybe I'll see it again and it'll give me a different view. But when seeing it the first time, I don't feel like you can confuse your audience in that way too much, or it's
Right.
going to take them out. And it did at times, like, and generally it was Marlon Wayans that pulled me right back in. His
Right.
character would do something and I'd just be like, wow, like this performance is just, it's hitting perfectly. But yeah, overall, like, and the performances outside of Marlon Wayans and Tyreek Withers, they were okay. It was a little soft comparatively to what we were getting from these two. Like, it wasn't really on the same level all the time. I think you could have, like the owner of the team, the manager, Tim Heidecker is a fine comedian, don't get me wrong, but I just didn't feel like he worked in this role as the
Right.
as a agent or the manager rather. But otherwise, there was, I had no problems with it. I thought it was really good. I'm going to check it out again and probably try and figure it out. But how about you? You think this one that you'll check out again?
I think if a friend comes over or something like that and it's like, oh, do you have it? Like, I'm still gonna get it because visually it was a good movie and it still was a 3 out of 5. But I don't think I'll watch it on my own account. I think I'd watch it again with someone.
Okay, that makes sense. All right. Well, that's our rating for. What out of 5? What do you give it?
3 out of 5.
3 out of 5. That's just want to make sure again. So again, 3.5 out of 5. But thanks for watching this review. Let's get to our next one.